They be doing me like that at the shop all the time, and all I be trying to do is give instructions.
You came out of the group?
Uh-huh.
Okay, we should be live.
I have it's like 10 things that I have to do in order to go live. Rise and shine, y'all.
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine. I'm over here doing Instagram. I am live on well, first of all, you know who I am. I'm Soupity motherfucking Doopity. Okay. And I have already went live on Instagram, Facebook, Kick, Hayes Mystique, Rise and Shine. What, Twitter? I think I'm live on Twitter now. Like I'm alive every motherfucker. X, yeah.
I'm alive on channel
Mystique, tell Mystique.
I'm alive on.
Put that baby oil. I mean that Vaseline on. We need you. Let's go.
Put that Vaseline.
Let's go.
We need you. Okay.
It's actually Vaseline season.
Protect that skin.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm my bad area right here.
What's
I
wrong?
get dry.
I was dry.
That's
That shit be oily.
That's what Maurice been doing for me. He been kind of like getting the dark spots and targeting them and peeling them up. He said he wiped my face the other day and said that's all dead skin.
I saw the
I'm
video.
like, what the hell? Rise and shine. YouTube, whoever that is in YouTube land. Let me get in my chat.
You in the butt.
Oh, okay.
Rise and
That's
shine.
one of the dopest songs growing up.
Okay. Tell me that's a dope song. Oh, look, we got Juice Dynamite. Rise and shine.
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine, y'all. Should I play I'm gonna play my intro first because like I'm always forgetting.
Let's get into it.
Just to get it in the queue. Okay. Hold on. Where am I bringing it up at? Boom. Cause like we'll get to talking and I forget. You ready? Hey, hi, it's me, Soupity. We got a good conversation for y'all this morning. First of all, but y'all know I have to respect my people in here. How y'all been doing? How you been doing?
I'm blessed.
Bam first. Okay, look,
I'm blessed. No complaints. Great. And I'm ready for my therapy session.
CJ, how you doing? You okay?
Yes, I woke up, you know what I'm saying? I had woke up to a little DJ mix this morning.
Really?
Felt like I was, you know, in a little soul session, so that was kind of cute. Detox is going well, feeling good.
Yeah.
Natural energy.
Tell them what I told you yesterday.
So Super showed me this video. I just said I was gonna start my fast because it was Monday. I was like, that's a good day to start something. And he showed me this video that was saying that it was a lunar eclipse. And before he showed me the video, I was telling him like, hey, my fast was supposed to be from Monday to Thursday. I think I'm gonna extend it and just do it for a full week. And then he was like, you're doing that for a reason. And then he showed me this video that was talking about like the lunar eclipse, and it was saying that this is the time that you should be fasting. That this is the time to basically get all that bad energy and juju up off of you. And I didn't know that. So
I'm looking for the video
just
now.
shaking it off. But I'm feeling my stomach flutter. I feel lighter on my toes. Like,
Oh, dang, that's a song right there.
Oh, you
Like,
Shake,
literally.
shake, shake. Shake the devil off. Shake, shake, shake. Shake the devil off. Okay.
Fuck you, devil. Fuck you, devil.
Nah, fuck you, devil. Okay.
But yeah,
It's like you gonna use the devil to cuss himself out.
They said,
Hold on, wait. Use his language.
Use his language.
did y'all see the on Facebook? They was saying they was on Facebook talking about I feel gospel music a little more if we could cuss in it. I said,
Ma-
What? What you trying to feel more?
Take the shackles off my motherfucking feet so I can dance, bitch.
Nah.
So I
Crazy.
can dance, bitch.
You trying to feel a different type of spirit.
Okay.
You ain't trying to feel the same spirit I'm trying to feel. If you need to cuss in your gospel music, it's...
Wait a minute. I'm looking for my stories. They I forgot where they put them on Instagram.
Your story
Wait a
you
minute.
say?
Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Is the story replies? No, like they automatically save your stories. You know
Oh,
that?
really? No,
It's
that
an
ain't
archive.
I'm looking for archives, but I don't see it. Let me see. Create post.
Fish.
It's like on your page, under like the we put them 3 lines.
Right, but like I'm on the computer now.
Oh, not do that.
Yeah, I'm looking. Whether
So I did my
it's,
second job without me having to lift anything. I actually went inside the facility and tuned the room, test the mics, and I was done for the day. Tune the room is pretty much getting a flat response out the room.
What's a flat response?
A flat response is when you walk in the room, you clap your hands. Sometimes you'll get reverberation if it's a big room. Depending on the size of the room, your low end might build up. Depending on if it's acoustics in the room, you might have some super loud spaces. You know what I'm saying? Placements of your speaker. If you don't tune the room, you can get a lot of unwanted sounds or unwanted frequencies in your overall sound.
It's tuning the room like
I found it. Big ass button say archives. I'm sorry.
When you got okay. Because I'm trying to make sense of it. When you got a scale, right, and then you got to put the cup on there first. So you got to press it so that it's back to 0 with the cup, like so that it's measuring just the weed. So you tune in the room so that it's gonna measure give you just the sound, like so. You know what I'm trying? Am I making sense?
Yeah, you is. So let's stay on that same form. So in this case, if your scale was off, I would want it to be flat, right? So in your case, you're gonna reset the scale to where it's flat, or you're gonna put the weight on it to where it goes to 0 in a sense. If it's, you know what I'm saying, if it's off. If I walk in this room, I can, clap my hands, talk, and I can hear and see if it's a lot of reverberation. You know what I mean? So now I'm thinking of speaker placement to cover up for the reverberation. You know what I'm saying? Just natural reverb.
Just natural reverb.
Like
it makes you sound like you're in a room. The actual natural sound that the room makes. Yeah. So like sometimes like you know how you in the studio and they got you sound like you in a big concert hall.
Yeah.
But you just in the studio.
Right.
You know, it's something like that. You know.
I don't know if you ever noticed, but when you in the bathroom and you talking, sound different from when you come out that motherfucker.
You got the acoustics.
Exactly.
Okay.
But you also got a lot of reverberation in that bathroom too, though. Cause
right.
The towels, the tub, and all that. So I walk in the room. My goal is to get it flat. So when I hook up these mics, the mics is coming through. I want a tight room so where my sound is coming straight through. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds strict over there.
Yes. So I had the opportunity to do that twice with one arm because I can't lift nothing. So my whole goal was to be able to just go engineer a room and leave. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to pick up a speaker. I don't want to.
So let me ask you this, because like,
especially if I don't have to.
Since you know how to like tune a room, like you know how they had it like frequencies and stuff on YouTube, like for healing. Like, could you tune the room like for the right frequencies of healing?
Yeah, you can. You can tune a room to however you want it to be.
Right.
I'm just saying I want it flat. Some people wouldn't want it flat. Some people will want more low end. Some people want more high end. You know what I'm saying? So let me not say that I tune it flat because I don't always tune it flat. I tune it to my liking.
And this is what the instrument that you have that you're able to measure.
Yep.
Right.
Certain analyzed tools that I can. It'll take a snapshot of the room and be like, yo, The room got a lot of mids, no highs, and some lows. Now I can add that or take that away. That's the sense of me tuning the room to my liking.
Okay.
You know what
Look,
I'm
this
saying?
this the video, y'all, that CJ that I showed CJ that let him know why he was fasting. Now, keep in mind, I've been talking all this time, a few times. I was talking about what is that like you doing or performing or being or showing up and not knowing that your emotions is driving your life. So you be completely delusional as far as like why you're doing things, what you're doing, and a lot of people don't really pay attention to like that. So that was what he was dealing with yesterday. I was like, oh, if you ain't noticed, like you're fasting at this time, your body is automatically responding to the time by wanting to fast because there's an eclipse happening. And this was the video that I showed in support of what I was telling them. Where is the thing? Okay.
Silence. Peace and wellness, y'all. We have a super full moon and lunar eclipse in Pisces peaking on September 17th at 10:35 p.m. Eastern Time. But the shadow...
Okay. Wait, hold on. Sorry.
They know
I
don't
made
like
it.
no Pisces. They cut that off quick.
They showed this like a reel for real. Come on, where you at, girl? Get me in here.
Silence. Peace and wellness, y'all. We have a super full moon and lunar eclipse in Pisces peaking on September 17th at 10:35 p.m. Eastern Time. But the shadow period for that super full moon lasts until September 20th. Let's get into it. Now, full moons are all about revealing and releasing, and super full moons occur when the moon in proximity is closer to the earth, therefore it appears larger, and it intensifies the energy of the full moon. Now, this super full moon falls in Pisces, and Pisces is a mutable water sign ruled by Neptune, our planet of dreams and spirituality. Pisces energy is naturally intuitive, super connected with the universe, with the divine source, naturally. Also, Pisces are all about going with the flow, being good with transition and change. Pisces are also very communal beings, right? Very helpful, very empathetic with others. Now, the challenge with Pisces is that they can be a little too communal and a little too empathetic, causing them to put everybody and everything before themselves and not having self-care as a priority. So during this time, you will have to be very intentional about focusing on self-care. We also have a lunar eclipse with this super full moon in Pisces, and lunar eclipses bring us the energy of transition and the ending of cycles. So this is a good time to end any cycle, to break any bad habits, and get closure in any areas that you need in life. Now, if you need clarity on what cycles you need to break or what bad habits you need to release in order to pivot or transition to your next level in life, this is a good time to receive it specifically in your dreams, because Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, is also retrograde in Pisces with this super full moon. So that divine alignment enhances our intuition even more. It gives us a lot of clarity, a lot of signs and omens about what we need to focus on and what's next. So pay close attention to your dreams right now. Now, the reason we need to be practicing a lot of silence right now is because we also have Mercury, our planet of communication, technology, transportation, and agreements, opposing our super full moon in Pisces. Anytime we have an opposition, it could bring us challenges in specific areas. Keep in mind, Saturn, our planet of boundaries and restrictions, is also in Pisces in opposition to Mercury. So a lot of our challenges will come from communication. Our boundaries being tested, our restrictions being tested will come from communication, leading to a lot of misunderstanding and potential misinformation. So just be mindful to mind your mouth. Now, it's important to note that we have Mars, our planet of action, trining our super full moon in Pisces. Trines bring us harmony. So this is a good time to take action to break those cycles and release those bad habits. I heavily advise that you do a detox or a fast during this time to release those bad habits. Fast for at least 7 days and beyond if you feel led to, if you have the desire. Now, keep in mind, you can fast from anything that is not aligned with your wellness. Any unhealthy habits that that you feel like are keeping you stagnant, fast from them, detox from them for at least 7 days. And this could be anything like social media, watching TV, unhealthy food or drinks, bad thought patterns, negative self-talk, negative conversation topics like gossip. Release it for a minimum of 7 days or beyond if you feel led. And of course, I got to give y'all some journal prompts to really help push your thinking during this time. Go ahead and pause and screenshot, get your journal prompts. And lastly, some crystals and herbs to help bring you some ease, some peace, some emotional balance, and wellness during this time. Now, with these herbs, I heavily advise that you make a good tea with them. And with the crystals, of course, you can meditate with them, carry them with you, especially when you travel, when you go to sleep, or any place that you need to help bring you some peace, relaxation, ease, and balance. Now, keep in mind, this super full moon peaks on September 17th, but the shadow period lasts until the 20th. If you feel led to, you can put out some moon water during this time, and that moon water would be centered in the intention of pivoting, transitions, changes, and releasing unhealthy habits. Much love, y'all, and happy full moon. Silence.
Full moon, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, so let me ask y'all this. What y'all, can y'all see how the boundaries, what you say, those boundaries, new pivots, new cycles, do y'all see how Diddy going through that right now?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what he's going through?
So, like, yes, absolutely. Because, like this is going to change his life.
Is it?
You don't think it is? You don't think it's gonna like this motherfucker been living house to hog all this time? Like he is like losing money at faster than he ever made it.
I mean, you know, I don't even know Diddy, and he is going through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, he going through a lot. You know, they told him no bond. He offered them $50 million.
Mm-hmm.
So to be in that state of mind, I can see it.
Please let me out. Please.
But at the same time, that lifestyle he lived, like that was a lifestyle for him. Can he change that overnight? Hell, I don't know. I think it's gonna take some time for him to.
I think that he
be grateful.
Even when he was just going through all of this, like he's been in the media for this. And they just caught him, and he still had 1,000 bottles of baby oil. You know, so nothing's. He's not slowing down. You know,
he probably think that he can still get away with it. You know, but like, just the breakdown in itself. Anytime there is a breakdown, you know, like there's some type of transformation going. You know, like and whether he wants it or not. And whether he was conscious of it or not. You know, like I said, like, the energy be kind of, like, driving you without you knowing why you're doing and what you're doing. And because, like, as the Christians always be praying, use me, Lord. And, like, you know, that's exactly what the energy does.
Okay.
You know, it shapes your life in a way to where, you know, you can be used.
Coming from that perspective, I see what you said.
Whether or not...
that was good.
Whether or not... like he didn't get any warnings, and I'm sure all this time, like he been getting little signs and warnings that he needs to sit his ass down and stop playing. Right. You know, but I don't know. Like I'm getting a sense that his personality type, you know, feel like that he's just like untouchable, and God in a sense. And like I've seen clips of him, you know, like literally saying it, and like it's inspiring because like at the time I thought that his understanding was that, you know, I, you know, have the capacity that I thought I had. I'm exactly who God said I was. You know, I'm manifesting on this level X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. You know, nobody can touch me as far as that. But like looking at him now, like that also could have meant, you know, like a high level of narcissism. Right. Where it was like, oh, you think that you everybody God, right. Not just your God. You think that you can make decisions for, you know, the multitude. Right. So yeah, like what y'all think about that?
Coming from the perspective that you said, like far as going back to what you said, Diddy gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see that. Okay, from that perspective, I understand that. But how I was looking at it was like, is he even grateful that he's able to do what he can do right now? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the way I see it, it's like, in his mind, he's just like, okay, cool. I'm just finna wake up. This is just a bad dream.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be over with tomorrow.
Look, I found the clip here. Pull this up.
You think I could book that for like the weekend of the 14th when the soundtrack comes out? If so, bump somebody. All right, thanks. All right, love you, man. Bye. I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get! Yes! What's next? What's next? I gotta get it. I'm not gonna stay fucking down. I'm not gonna stay fucking lying down. I'm not. I can't do it, man. I can't do that. What's next? Give me something else. What can't you do? I can do it. I can do anything.
Look, the nigga sound like me today.
What's gonna happen is they're gonna use all that against him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and when I saw it, because like I agreed, and I talk like that all the time. If you know me, if you've ever been around me, you know I'm lifting motherfuckers up. I'm like, put your chin up, bitch. Like, you got this. You need to get out here and you need to give it another try. That's just my personality type. So like me seeing that, it was like, yeah, you know, I agree. I would have been slapping thighs and everything. But like now that everything kind of like played out, I said slapping him fives, not thighs. Like, no, I don't know. Look, this ain't about that. Let me just go ahead and keep going. So, I would have agreed, you know. But now everything done played out. It's like, like, would you just like on some high level, you know, narc shit, like, you know, getting what you want, playing people, manipulating, lying.
Do that happen to you sometimes though? To where you
no,
like,
I don't.
you hook somebody's hair up and you be like, "Oh, I'm cold as hell."
Oh, but not like that. Not outwardly, inwardly. I be in my man. I would say I'm probably like, well, it's never like that. Am I telling the truth? Because like
You be at the shop.
I think
so
it's
you know.
easy for me to be like, nah, I don't do that. Like you be there. So like,
I mean, not overly. But I mean, if it's a good cut, for the fade is faded. You know, sometimes. But like, I think he's so just used to it, used to doing like amazing cuts and stuff that like he don't notice it. I feel like we'll say it sometimes.
mm-hmm.
Like we'll be like, "Oh, you did that or something." He'll be like, "Okay," you know, like a little woo, but like, no, he don't do too much.
I feel like that
So you know it to where you ain't gotta say it.
it's a difference, you know, where you can think something like that and feel it, you know, but like taking it too far.
You know,
Could that be an affirmation for him though, that he need to say that?
Well,
To
like
believe
that's why we are gathered here today.
Okay. Cause
That's why we are gathered here today, because I got something like strange to tell y'all. Number one, but like I have to set it up in this way so you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so like I'm just gonna use Diddy and his situation as a example, because like would you all say that like his outward expression in that moment right there was masculine or feminine? Which one was it?
Me off the top of my head, I'm just gonna say masculine.
Yeah,
I would say masculine too, because he was acting like how my daddy act when his favorite football team win.
Right. And it's so funny because like these niggas, like pastors, that outward expression of, you know, sports, and like that, it's all the same. Like when I was in the barbershop and I would, you know, see the guys react to sports to be talking about it, I'm like, man, it's only a few times you hear a black man hollering like that. Okay? And it's either when they preaching or when they talking about sports. You know, and like I just seen that. Like I guess when they really have accomplished something great. You know, other than that, like girls, they when they're acting masculine, because I don't think this is feminine at all. they talk backwards and forwards. They'll sit and argue for 45 minutes before they start fighting. Guys not gonna do that. Like if we're gonna fight, like we finna fight right now.
Yeah, that's a waste of time.
You know what I'm saying? It's a waste of time. You know, but girls, they have to literally have foreplay before that they, you know, fight. So that means that like they got a lot, you know, to say as far as like.
Or they've been holding in a lot.
Okay, so it's like the way that like being a man is set up. You know, it's set up for you to hold in, you know, or to like react right then and there. You know. To where, like, now the ones that we celebrate as the best of them could damn well be just like this nigga, just better at manipulating the line, you know, and like taking advantage of the patriarchy. I was explaining.
They always said that about Diddy too.
What?
Like they always said that he was a manipulator, a liar.
Right.
They
did say that.
That he always did people dirty. Like they always said that girl Aubrey. That white bitch, her story ain't changed.
And let me say this, because like to keep things in context, on my part, like I can't speak for them, but like I always looked up to Diddy, and like everything that they said, I ignored, and I was like, oh, they lying, you know, they just mad because you know he a successful black man, like that's usually what comes with it. So like, I had a whole ass fucking mental breakdown, like when he finally went to jail, like everything that they were saying, everything, I was just like tossing it in the trash because it was like y'all saying all this about this man, y'all ain't came out with no proof.
That nigga killed Pac, so
they was talking about, and that goes for everything, you know, except what is that girl name, Cassie? Like once they dropped that, I was like, oh damn, like he might be the monster that they been saying to you. Like what the fuck is this, Diddy? What the fuck is this shit? You know. And like you can't. I mean, come on now, like that level of fighting a girl like that.
They said he whooped her ass with Tank and Usher in the room, and I think they came out telling us, nah, bitch, you know, Usher, you motherfucking know, bitch.
Well, they probably was saying that because they seen a bitch acting weird.
Don Richards said Diddy hit Cassie in the stomach with me in the room, Tank in the room, and Usher in the room.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You said they probably was who?
That the men probably, because of what they knew about the situation, ignored it. Which is why, you know,
they wanted that peen. They was like, they hit her in the stomach, and then she was finna go leave. And
you said they wanted. So you wanted. Why? You saying that are you insinuating that because those men wanted to have sex with Diddy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Get the fuck.
What the fuck?
Well, first of all, why did he hit her in the stomach?
They been saying Usher went to Diddy's house at a young age, and they was doing it.
You believe that?
Yeah, hell yeah. Usher, Diddy turned Usher out.
Can you get with it? It's like that.
A little sugar in the tank, and they made it to a smoothie bowl.
Lord have mercy, my chest.
They was like, you know what I'm saying? Get this bitch up out of here.
What?
Yes, I promise you.
Usher is gay, you stupid motherfucker. Allegedly, I didn't say that. That's what Kiki Palmer mom
Usher
said.
Really?
All the guys is real.
You ain't never heard that?
No.
Oh my god.
I mean, but I can tell by all the music.
No, Kiki Palmer mama like basically was like
she was cussing out her Kiki Palmer baby daddy. And she was, because Keke Palmer was at the Usher show and it went viral because he was singing to her. And I guess they got into it over that. And Keke Palmer mama called her baby daddy, cussed his ass out. He recorded it. She was laying into him. She said, and Usher is gay, you stupid motherfucker. You don't even know how the industry work. Yeah, she was letting them have it. I said, that ain't her first time cussing that nigga out either. That's why I think my phone is messed up, because they said about communications, you need to watch what you say about you. I chew me a hoe right on up and keep going about my day. And I don't think they said nobody deserved that. So they fucking up my phones. Somewhere in the earth, it's a bitch waiting on me to cuss them out. They over there earning it right now. And I'm missing it because I'm out of sight, out of mind.
Hold on, let me pull it. Look, that's Keke Palmer mama.
This is how I cuss people out.
There's no need to send me this Usher picture. There's no need to say that.
I'm gonna ask you. Usher's bisexual. He sleeps with men, you stupid motherfucker.
You should know you spend a lot of time with Dorian.
Usher, you the dumb motherfucker.
You know, there's no need to send me this Usher picture. There's no need to say that.
Oh, this is.
I'm gonna ask you. Usher's bisexual. He sleeps with men, you stupid motherfucker.
You should know you spend a lot of time with Jordan.
Usher. You the dumb.
I just can't. So, well, Tank was already out saying that, you know, if he sucked a few dicks, that don't mean that he gay.
I heard him say
What the fuck?
I didn't hear him say that. I didn't hear that. I
He
heard
did
him
say that.
He said that he will allow a girl to play in his garden. I assumed his garden was his butthole. He said, you can play in the garden, no utensils. That's what he said. That's what I heard him say. I ain't hear him say about nothing about sucking a dick. But I heard him say that he will allow the girl, you know, to play in his fudge hole.
What is the world coming
Hold
to?
on.
Right
I'm pulling
now?
it up. Here it is.
2 girls.
So let's say a guy sucked a dick one time.
Jesus Christ.
Does that mean that?
What does that mean?
Say twice. Since we said twice earlier.
Why are you
Guy
so
sucked a
confused?
dick twice. I'm waiting for the rest of this. A guy sucked a dick twice. Does that make
Am I
him
gay?
gay?
No, here's the thing. Okay, so
I just sucked a dick twice.
And this is twice as excessive. Okay,
Oh,
maybe-
now it's
no,
excessive.
but let's dig into it, right? Okay,
That he did.
He sucked the dick once, right? And then he's like, I'm not sure if I liked it or not.
Let
You know
me
what I'm
try
saying?
it again.
Let me try it again. And then he says, you know what? It's not for me. Don't like the taste. You see what I'm saying?
Don't like the taste.
We're not talking about chicken. We talking about
Right.
dicking.
Well, you know what?
Dick
I don't
in
know
his
how you-
mouth.
I don't
Dick
know how
in his
you-
jaw.
How you made a bar out of chicken and
Because
dick.
she's an
That's what I
artist
did.
at heart. Yeah. It's natural. It comes natural.
But it doesn't mean he's gay. It means he sucked dick twice.
Okay. So just for the sake of your argument, that's okay. I got you.
Because the art of being gay is being gay.
It's being
It's
in
a
the moment.
continuous state of being.
So if you lied 10 times, you're not a liar. You just lied.
Well, 10 times you damn near.
That's a
fraud.
lot of
So
practice.
Yeah.
So what's the limit? So anything above 2, you get a second chance, and then if you keep it going, then
Yeah,
there
because
you
you
are.
strike out at 3.
Yeah, pretty Okay.
You
much.
strike out at 3.
All right.
Yeah.
3
I
strikes
think
out.
we just made some new bylaws.
We did.
Yeah.
We just made
We
it
should
out.
print this
Yeah,
out.
we
I don't know what book
Don't
this
worry.
is in,
And
but
get
this
somebody
is
to sign it.
documented. It's documented as we
They got to
speak.
sign it
Okay?
before you go into a relationship after
Right.
3 times. You know you become a liar.
But what if it's like he's like, I only did it 3 times. It's the 4th.
He's out.
Yeah, he's done.
And he's out.
Right. Strike out.
He's out. Yeah, he's done.
Okay.
He striked out.
3 dicks, you're out. Ba-doom, ba-doom.
Okay, look, pull me up. Let me say this, because, like, he's not wrong, number one. For the record, he's not incorrect.
Sway in the morning, shade 4-5.
The reason why is because, like, gay is, like, have you,
A state of being.
No, like, not, they don't know what the fuck they talking about, they straight women. Like, gay is 2
There was a gay
niggas.
man up there.
You said what now?
I said there was a gay man up there.
So, like, define gay. How you gay if you ever been with a woman?
Define your opinion of gay.
My opinion of gay is when you have a sexual attraction to men.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the sex spectrum is way larger than that. Not only do gay people have sexual attraction to men, but also bisexual people have sexual attraction to men. Also, pansexual people have sexual attraction to men. Also, trans people have sexual attraction to men. Intersex people have sexual attraction to men, and also women have sexual attraction.
That was a lot.
But it's because, like, all of those people sleep with men. All those people ain't gay.
Okay.
Gay is gay. Gay is, you know, have you ever met a gay man before? You mentioned pussy, and he gonna be like, eh.
So what's your definition?
You get what I'm saying?
What's your
Like a gay man don't. I'm giving you the definition. Are you listening?
No.
Right.
I didn't know that you was giving the definition.
I'm giving the definition. Like I just broke it down.
So I didn't get it. So tell me what it is.
No, I'm not doing it again. So
You never said.
like go back
gay
and watch the
is
video.
this. You never said that.
I was just getting to that. So like I just said like gay men, like you mentioned pussy, they like you know, they don't like women sexually. Period. That's gay. Like anybody else that is interested in women is so like bisexual people are interested in men and women, and maybe trans women, maybe, but like pansexual women and pansexual people are interested in everybody. Right.
Just as long as you're a human.
And it gets different in intersex because intersex means that you have both sexual organs, so you are both a woman and a man.
How the hell you have?
Or you can, or intersex can also mean that you can have two of the same organs. So like it's women, it's people out here with two vaginas, it's people out here with two dicks, it's people out here with like a dick and a pussy. It's people out here with two sexual organs.
They used to say
And God made these people. God made these people. Not you, not man. Okay? God made them. But like in order to fit the scope of the patriarchy, like lifting niggas up and lifting men up. I'm sorry. This is what they don't talk about. And it's perfect because intersex people usually don't want to walk around talking about it either because it's they private sexual organs. Right. So it's not like they're finna be like, hey, you know what I got? Like, you want to see? So,
he told me he was gonna fuck me up.
Tank, in other words, Tank is not wrong because, especially because of the prism that black men in specifics have been put in. Okay, now you talking about the over-sexualization of black men. You talking about the handicap that the world like automatically tries to handicap, black men. As far as like they try to stop your dad from getting jobs, and they over-policing you, and these are all things that, like I said, if you perceive something of how you are perceived, that affects you in some type of way. That affected me as a black man, where it's like now I have to work double hard on my security as a person and a man, and I have to and I have to do it without any examples of what that looks like. So like I was walking around looking for my pastor, like, okay, like this is how I'm supposed to be as a man, I'm supposed to do this, da da da, because my dad wasn't this, and like I'm not the only one that that has not had their dad around to demonstrate to them what being a black man was. And if they did, they dealing with the same motherfucking thing I'm explaining right now. So, with that being said, if you walking around with that kind of energy, okay, and you ain't never heard a motherfucker say it before I did, that means several people probably used it and you ain't even fucking know. Okay? So it's predators out here that see where you are consciously. And consciously just means your understanding, okay? Like what you understand about you. Which, like, a lot of times you don't know because, like, your emotions be driving you. Which is why I asked about masculinity. Okay? Because masculinity is an outward expression of the same kind of thing that Diddy just did on the fucking video. The same kind of thing that Charles was just talking about when people be... What is that? Talking about sports? The guys talking about sports? It's that, that's what I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's the expression of the emotion itself. So, like, like guys don't be doing too much motherfucking talking. We just talked about that. If you walking around with that level of aggression and that level of energy, people don't realize that is a response to what you're dealing with, which means it is a survival response, which means that it is lower chakra, which means that it can turn sexual. And like life for black men, it sets you up to be over sexual. They say, fuck the bitches, right? I was listening. Right, get money, fuck bitches. I was listening to New Edition, and it was it he said, "You love her." What? In the song, it's like they've been always, targeting or shaping the relationship dynamic between men and women for men to basically hide and do whatever the fuck they wanted to do, if they wanted to. Women were always. I was watching a clip of the Cosby Show, where you had the older men talking to the younger men, and the older women talking to the younger women about, what was going on. And like, they were shaping these conversations as this hyper vigilant, investigative thing that men be doing. And the old man was like, yeah, so yeah, you just gotta let her do her thing, because they was explaining the women as these over emotional, reactional like women. So it's like, with all that's going on as the perception and the prism of the black man, it shapes him up enough to hide things. And it's like, you already being driven by your emotions, so your outward expressions wouldn't necessarily be that. But like, what do you do in private? You know, like it was very provocative that he said that as a black man, where it's like, okay, we're gonna say 2 dicks and, you know, you gay. Go ahead and do XY. But it's like, the way that things are shaped up for black men, I can see how they can be manipulated, molested. I can see how that they can be confused. You know, I think that especially today, like, because I really don't believe that there's this many gay people for real. I feel like that a lot of people are if your homosexuality is based off of lust, you're not gay. If all you want to do is fuck, you're not gay. Like Diddy, for instance, these parties that they explain in XYXY, you know, they like, oh, you know, you want to fuck, you want to XY, da 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 da. Like, to fuck is masculine, and it's survival, and it's, you know, it's not creative. Like, to be actually with women, you know, and like love and produce, that's creative.
I'm very fucking creative then.
That's great. We know you got a 6 motherfucking kids. How many kids you got?
I got 5.
You have 5 children.
I did want 6.
Give their ages. It ain't too late.
It might be. I'm just gonna get a dog.
Give the ages for the people that's watching.
Dang, do I know the ages? 21, 19, 17, 14, 13. Mm-hmm. My oldest is in Howard. She actually graduated early, y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, she graduated early. My 19-year-old, he's in the Army. My 17-year-old, he's a senior. My daughter, Jayana, 14, she's a freshman. And then my baby girl, Deanna, she's in 8th grade.
Man.
So they all right behind each other.
Ooh.
Right behind each other. 13, 14, 17, 19, 21. Yeah.
Let me see if I got any comments real quick. No, not yet.
Yes, I'm grateful. Love him to death.
Let me ask you this, though.
Come on.
So with what I just explained about black men, are there any people, as far as your knowledge of the scope of black men, that you've seen throughout your lifetime? Mm-hmm. Would anybody of those people had been prey, or what type of person, like in the grand scheme of things, is prey to what I'm talking about?
What do you mean by prey?
So, like, when I just explained was that, I just explained a lot of things that, you know, make black men subject to being confused.
Okay.
So like I'm basically saying, like, okay, not only like if you like women, you ain't gay. Period. You might be bi, you might be pan, you might be questioning, because like I said, a lot of motherfuckers be molested before they know what their sex and sexuality is. Okay, so like with that being said, there's a level of confusion in statements that I just explained, you know, as far as the people that I'm talking about. So a person that's confused, have you ever seen people throughout your life, black men, that can fall victim to being preyed upon because they're fucking confused?
Yep. Yeah. A couple of my classmates in elementary
and when I say confused, I'm not talking about sexually confused. I'm talking about, you know, confused just as far as like who you are, which a lot of motherfuckers is.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, a lot of motherfuckers don't know who they are. And like, not until I started to learn about this emotional intelligence shit did I start to finally understand, you know, who I was and like what affected me. So this is I'm 40, so like I'm sure, you know, like, and my 20s was a fucking mess, you know, because like I always thought that I was smarter than what I really was, you know. So Like it's layered. It's very fucking layered. And I think that it's real creative, what the energies are doing. Like showing the versions of people that can be manifested. Like, for instance, the Lil Murda character and personality type. Like, did you know, like, as a straight man with 5 kids and, 3 in college? 2. Have you ever seen any Lil Murda personalities throughout your lifetime as far as the grand scope of men? Do you know what Lil Murda is?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Well, I'm guessing it's the opposite.
So Lil Murda is a character on P-Valley.
What is P-Valley?
P-Valley is a show.
Okay. What's the show about?
You said what is it about?
Yeah.
Strippers.
Okay, cool.
So like, basically, cross-dressing. I don't know whether it wasn't like, it's basically a cross-dresser.
Yeah, this was
runs a strip club. Okay.
Okay. The cross-dresser runs a strip club.
Right.
Okay.
Lil Murda is like a up-and-coming rapper, like thug personality, but like he falls in love with the cross-dresser, basically.
Okay.
Right.
Have I known somebody like that, or somebody crossed my path in the scheme of things of me growing up? Yes, I had an elementary school friend.
Okay. So like, and I got a lot of things to say about that too, because of jail and like the way that they set jail up, and like they be raping people in jail, and then they be, looking the other way, and then like you don't never got to really apologize for the things that you got to do to survive. So a lot of people in there, not a lot of people. That's exactly what I'm explaining. I'm explaining like the survival of not knowing who you are in a country that doesn't support you. Like, how do you support yourself? And like a lot of times, for black men that fall victim to this this thing that I'm explaining, a lot of times it's black women that support them. Like I meet all day long black women that do everything for their sons, do everything for their husbands, and like these men, they seem like shells of individuals. No expression, no nothing. Like it's kind of sick, but like I see that a lot as well. And maybe because I can understand it, do I even notice it?
But I
because
mean, a lot
like
of men that have no expression as well. It's
right.
just like not even good job or nothing. It's just
which is
like
why
Reggie has talked that much until yesterday.
Right. I thought when I first met him, I thought that he didn't like me because he didn't talk much. I was like I kept asking you. I'm like, he got a problem with me? Yeah. You're like, no.
Calm
like,
down.
It's like I'm like, okay. Yeah, but
So do you think Lil Murda?
But see, that's dope though, because it's like me knowing that, like I know who and who not to have around my partners.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if I know somebody got a certain type of energy, and they, let's say I book a session with them on our podcast night, I'd be like, come at 12.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't show up at this time, because I know it's not gonna cross. I don't want to put my business partner in a situation where he feel uncomfortable. I don't want to put this client in a situation where they feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, for the most part, it's like I know how to set everything. But I mean, Reggie. Like you and Reggie had long conversations.
Yes, we have.
Now.
Yes, we have.
You know what I'm saying? So,
after we kind of like, after I seen that he really didn't like that it was me, I was just reading into shit, and I was like, oh, like people are different.
Yeah, he definitely down to earth though. Like
definitely, and just like Fam explains, like it went on camera, but like he was just talking about how much that he knew and how knowledgeable he was, and
very knowledgeable.
Every way.
Every way.
Oh, thank you, Erica.
You're welcome. Thank you.
She said the way I just explained survival is spot the fuck on. Yeah, because that's all it is. Like I think that a lot of people are put in positions because they don't know themselves. And because of poverty, and because of maybe the capacity of the women around them, that a lot of these guys, these boys they probably fall victims to not only a life of crime that leads them to jail, that leads them to probably having sex with each other, but also prostitution. Okay, because people be trying to, survive. So and like, not only prostitution in the sense of, like just walking the streets, but like it was always said that like what these white men, these gay white men be doing, they be rich. They be like literally scouring the hood, for victims that don't know who they are, that want extra money. This you don't tell this man like that not to feed his siblings. Like, you gonna tell this man not to take care the people like take care of self? So like to like these are all things that we are not considering when we having these kind of conversations. And like the conversation itself, like I said, when you perceive how you are perceived, you have an opinion about that. Like, how can you be a full individual? You know what I'm saying? When you already hear people saying that you, as who you really are, ain't good enough. So say, a person fell victim. It's people out here that fell victim, to not knowing themselves, and they had a whole goddamn sex change.
Right.
Titties.
I actually know a person.
And they have surgeries that, can deconstruct sex changes. If a person, decided, oh shit, I feel like I made a mistake, or I feel like that, like I said, because the energy wants to express for you.
It's so crazy because I knew somebody who did that, and when they did the surgery and everything, they called me over to the crib, sit back, had a little kickback, and it was a weird thing that happened. They were smoking, so. And at that time, you know what I'm saying, like, I took a break from smoking, but I ain't tell everybody. So when this particular person passed me the blunt, I was like, no, I'm good. And they took that in a way of like, oh, what, now you don't fuck with me because I got this change? And because I seen that in their face, like, I seen the way they read it. Because they was like, oh, here you go. And I was like, no, I'm good. And he was like, oh, okay. Does anybody else want it?
Yeah.
I was just like, and I didn't read it till after. I was like, damn, this motherfucker probably think
that I felt the way.
Yeah, about. You know what I mean? Because I seen it, and the person was you could see the red in the person when that happened, and I was just like, fuck. That wasn't my intention. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely understood that.
Yeah, because like what we're not getting, is that we all were born black men. So like whatever happened, in the grand scheme of things, like all of us are different personalities, different
views of life. It's like
you end up with different people. That's that. But like fundamentally, people are people. And like if you come out and you're brown, then you're a brown person.
I feel like it's just a bunch of crabs in the barrels when it comes to black men. Like, there's not enough to help each other. Like, I feel like they all got their different cults or their different groups to where that group don't fuck with that group.
But that's right, and it's because of what we all think about each other. Which makes us sitting down like every morning and healing together like all the more powerful.
Right.
Because like it's two different kinds of people, two different, but like we all, but in the grand scheme thing, we're all black men.
Right.
Right.
That's so true. That's so true.
And and when it comes down to this specifically, like the sexualization of black men, and the butt breaking of it, which is a part of the sexualization of black men. I think that Diddy and what he going through is a beautiful exploitation of it, so people can learn and see, what it is. Where it's like, how can you ignore the fact that although like this is his business, and he might be like as freaky as y'all say, because I still think that it's like some lies doused up in there.
Listen, I'm 100% believe that if he would have never came out saying these people owe him some money, he would not be in the media like this today. I honestly believe that.
if he never would have came out and said who owed him money,
Who was the company that he
the
made?
the alcohol.
Yes, if he would have never came out, sued them, like he was in the process of suing them.
Yeah.
Cause he wanted his shit.
Right.
If he would have never did that, none of this shit would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
None of this shit. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you, none of this shit would have happened.
Yeah.
That's the sad part about it.
But the fact that this would be their weapon of choice, that goes to what I'm saying in the first place.
That's fine, but I just still feel it.
No, you're right. I'm saying that, and also this. Right. You know, the fact that this will, like, I mean, how do you attack a black man? Right. Like if you well, I mean, and you accuse him. The fundamental process has been accusing him of some type of sexual something. Right. So, like, you have to have a sexual lens of me in order to accuse me of, you know, anything that's sexual. Now, I'm not saying that Diddy wasn't, like, throwing these, like, freak-offs that everybody talking about. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, a lot of the particulars, like, it sound wild and weird.
I feel like it started, like, he threw a party. Some shit went down one night. He didn't know till the next morning. And you know... he just kept throwing parties. Shit just kept happening.
It looked like a profit in business to me.
Oh, he threw a party and he went down that night and didn't remember the next morning. That's what happened. I don't know.
That's the same thing. You know what he was saying?
I felt like they was doing it.
No, I didn't say that they wasn't fucking. I'm saying that I understand why they was fucking. And I understand, like, how he could have got all the way up until this point and ain't knew that the shit was gonna catch up to him. I can understand how that could happen.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of what happened in the dark. Will come to the light.
Right.
It will come to the light. That's why you gotta watch your mouth, watch what you do, watch what you say, because it's gonna come to the light.
Right.
If it was wrong then, when it comes to the light, it's still gonna be wrong. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just wrong.
Mm-hmm. The only thing that I seen that was wrong that he did was what he did to Cassie in that hallway.
Yeah, he beat the shit
okay.
out of her. That's the only thing. In that hall, like he was Spider-Man looking for the fucking villain.
Right. Yeah. And Tao wasn't disturbed.
It definitely was. If that nigga had a hula hoop on, he'd still be hula hooping.
Okay.
Girl, where you going, girl? Get back in this room.
For real.
That was painful to watch.
She's Nikki Darko say, hey Nikki, she say talk about Craig Mack's death and what his wife said about the diddler. I don't know, but like what I can do is try to pull it up while we talking. Craig Mack's on Diddy, or Craig Mack's wife on Diddy.
Yeah, I'm that's fucked up, man. Diddy, man, I'm sorry for what you're going through, dog. But, you know, what happens in the dark does come to the light. But that's the thing, though. And that's why I'm saying, what it would have came to the light if he would have been trying to sue these people? Well, we would have known all this about Diddy now. How long would it took for us to know all this about Diddy?
You say he pissed somebody
I mean,
off.
the way that everything is set up, you know, it's set up for this very thing, like the patriarchy. Like you cannot have white patriarchy without every other race being able to benefit because they are a man. You can't have women's lib without every other person being able to benefit because they're a woman. But I'm not saying they get all the benefits of a white woman or a black or a white man, but the fact that you are the right either gender or the right color, you know, or the right sexuality, because it happens in the gay world as well, where white men are basically the prime real estate of gay in the male experience, and then black men, you know, behind them basically.
Oh, I want to do that.
You want to what?
No, I'm saying, like, are they followers in the sense of?
It's not followers. Saying? It's just talking about like the real benefits of being gay.
Gotcha.
Don't go to the black men first. They go to the white ones first. Period. And it's just the way it's set up. And it's because of it's because of the prism and the perspective of the proximity of whiteness. It affects all areas. It affects sex. It affects gender. It affects everything. everything. This is why, you know, you have so many disadvantages or mix-ups, or I want to say conflicts between Latino people, because the Latino people that are in closer proximity of whiteness, they either look down on the ones that aren't, or the ones that aren't think that they all that.
Man,
so that causes the
a
conflict.
couple of them Hispanics that just they straight. I'm white. I'm not.
Look,
Hispanic, like
right.
straight up.
And like when you are perceived, or when somebody perceives you being perceived, or when somebody perceives your perception, or whatever the fuck, everybody has an opinion about that.
My homegirl who's Hispanic, we went to the Hispanic restaurant and she got mad because they spoke to her in Spanish.
Okay.
And I'm like, you Spanish? What are you talking about?
Oh, Nikki say, boo, I'm loving the podcast. It looks amazing. Thank you. Hey, I'm finna play this Craig Mack video. Let me see if this is what you're talking about.
I need that real shit. Hey, y'all.
Oh, he was caught lying on the album. Of course, there was no second Bad Boy album from Craig Mack. Craig Mack only went going platinum. I'm sure he thought Craig looks held down the sales. As Freddie asked Puff about the new projects, why Craig Mack faced as Puffy mentions Craig's new album they're working on, BS artists until the end. Also, Biggie died not long after this video.
God bless everybody out there.
True.
Cool. So like Puffy, what's coming up in the immediate future for the Bad Boy?
I love this question.
We got Big's wife dropping.
No doubt.
Evans Wallace, she's dropping.
So
we also have some B-sides and some other different projects. We have Big's new album that's gonna be dropping in like September, Life After Death.
And
I want to congratulate Craig Mack on his Grammy nomination.
No question.
Yes, baby, yes.
Cool, that's cool, and I'm sure you got much things in store for my man.
Yeah, definitely.
Here.
We got a new album we're working on him to drop in January. Besides that, we about to just drop our R&B stuff.
The Puff Daddy album.
Yeah, what about the Puff Daddy solo project?
Yeah, you don't like to talk about
hey,
that.
Hey, Puffy, you know what Jack is giving us that single?
We're gonna go to the next video.
Yeah, he looked like he didn't have no clue that album was dropping. Let me see if it's this one right here. I just don't want to play it because it look like it's okay. So this is 4 minutes. Let me see.
I got with somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say their names. I'm just going to say somebody that wanted to do another album with me. So I said, cool. I gave him my price, and the price was, to me, was low. You know, and they were supposed to give me the money. And I go in the studio and I start banging out. So he came to me and was like, yo, I can only cut you a third of the money I'm supposed to give you. I said, you know what, man? I want to do these songs. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do this and that and the third, let's do it. You give me the money as we go. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a third again. I'll take a third again when we finish the actual recording of the album. Nothing happened. No money. So I stopped recording. I said, I'm not going to be an idiot and sit here and do all this stuff for everybody, and I'm not going to see anything from it. You know? Next thing I know, money come, with this bullish mafia mentality with him and his goons and all that stuff like that. Talking about, yo, you owe us an album. And I'm like, excuse my French, but I don't owe you shit. You owe me money. You know what I'm saying? So if you can come up with the rest of this dough, then we can come up with the rest of the album. No dough, no records. That's it. I don't think you know what you mean when you're saying that, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what type of dude I am. You know what kind of muscle I got. You know what I'm saying? Right now, you need to be in the studio. So I said, all right, meet me up there at 7 o'clock. And I went and got one of my gunmen. My man, I'm not going to mention his name either. He came with me up there. Okay? And they saw him, and they fell back, because they was going to do something to me. But they didn't. So we talked about it, came to definite, look, no cash, no record. I'm not going to be sitting here going in the studio all night, every night, busting my ass, and I ain't seeing nothing from it. And you're making me feel like even if you did have the rest of that cash, us taking it to the next level is going to be a problem because there's going to be money problems. I can see it already. So I caught a couple of threats, a couple of, passers-by in the street and everything else. I caught a couple of threats. And I was sitting there, going to pick up my sister from work. And I'm in her car. I'm driving her car to go pick her up from work. And I just was sitting in the chair and I was like, God, I'm so tired of everything that's going on. I was in I called my sister because we've known each other for so long, you know what I'm saying? It's like brother and sister, But I was in my sister's car and I had a gun in my lap. And I'm sitting there and I'm talking to God. I'm like, Lord, I don't want to do this. But if it comes to getting ugly where somebody's going to be trying to kill me, I'm going to have to do something first or do something to prevent that from happening. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm frustrated. I really need your advice and your love right now. And I started flipping around the radio station, 660 AM or FM, one of them stations where the Supreme team used to be on. Early in the morning, and the dudes from Upper Hempstead would have that joints blasting. So I was looking for that. And when I turned the station, all this gospel music came on. And it was this song I've never heard before in my life ever, but I knew that it was God talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way it made me feel emotionally, I broke down, started crying all over the place in the car. And I'm sorry. I was thinking about trying to do this to somebody because it was really in my heart to kill him. You know what I'm saying? I was going to do it. But I knew in my conscience also that that's not the right thing you're supposed to be doing.
That was, although that wasn't what we was looking for, I think that was a good segue.
Yeah.
Into what I was talking about in general, because
Gene Deal, happy to have you, my man.
I'm so confused.
I thought I was coming back.
I thought I was breathing hard. I was like, let me hold my breath real quick.
I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. So, it's a good segue because that amount of masculine aggression led up until that point to where he instead did the feminine thing, okay, and prayed.
So you think the feminine thing is to pray?
So it's a higher vibration.
So, okay.
So, you got two polar opposites. You got ego, you got love. Okay? So the energy of ego is masculine. The energy of love is feminine. Okay? You have that, everything that we experience in this combination of the two. So, to my point, the other lives and everything that we've been talking about, when you shut down your ability to feel, then you can't feel. That means that you can be disassociated from what it is that you're doing. And that's how this thing takes a host of your life and expresses itself through all of these different ways that are personal to you because you're you. So it's going to give you it's going to give you experiences tailored to your life where you have to show up and fight. Or they also have flight, where it would give you experiences to your life that you have to show up in flight. Flight would be, not showing up at all. Or fawn is not showing up at all. So in this sense, the way that he broke down the story, where he was like, okay, he prayed, his energy shot up, and he was able to get an answer when he turned on the radio, because that means that your ancestors are constantly trying to connect with you. Okay, but a lot of times we are numb because we've been taught not to feel. We've been taught everything that I was talking about as far as the confusion of the black man, as far as who he is and him being able to be manipulated, is because of his ability to feel. We were talking about black men being expressionless, and a lot of times women doing the feeling for him, women doing the doing for him. These kind of men, when it comes down to consciousness and vibration, they not showing up. Okay, so they're able to be preyed upon by other people, and then you got these kind of questions looming around as far as, if you suck 3 dicks, is you gay? It's this motherfucker might have had to do anything to survive. So let's not identify a person by their behavior, because you're not what you do. Okay, like if you're looking for who you are, don't look there because it's not that. It's not in what you do. You know who you are is like is the fundamentals of the person that's making the decisions on what to do. Like you're evaluating everything where you are, and depending on like the core values of what you believe, like that's how you make the decision on what to do. That's how you find out who you are, you know, or get closer to it. So like we have these conversations that we just played as far as Tank, and the conversations that are surrounding Diddy, and like his business, which is personal. Like the crime I've seen him commit is assault. That's the only crime I've seen him commit. Now I heard a lot of shit, you know, and like a lot of it sound true because like people be saying the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
they were saying the shit before the shit even.
They were saying the shit before the shit hit the fan, and like because like I said, we really don't get a chance to see successful black men in that way. So he became a image, you know, of a black man that I looked up to.
They making this nigga look like he was the devil.
And now they making him look like he did, but like, you know, that's usually the process where it's like, okay, we're gonna tear you down and we're gonna.
Been in this situation, you're him. This is what the devil looks like.
He looking more, and I'm glad you said that because like I really want to question, you know, the fundamentals of everything, the perspective, like in buck breaking, and the sexualization of black men. You would have to be perceived as such in order for a person to do that shit to you. Okay? So to have this display and use it in that manner and say, this is who he is, that goes for every fucking body. Like, here it is. We perceive that, we see that, we have an opinion about it. You know, there are people who have done the things he's done. They have an opinion about it. You know, there's people who want to do the things that he is doing, and they have an opinion about it. You know, and all of the, like, when I say opinion, they're not just like, oh, you know, I think this and I think that. It's like, no, in your core values of who you are, they perceive that and think something about themselves. We perceive that and think something about ourselves. I perceived that and thought something about myself. I literally had a fucking emotional breakdown in the shop when he finally went to jail. It was like, you know, this motherfucker, I'm so disappointed in him. How could he allow, you know, this to lead up to this point? I know that he's gotten, you know, warnings about what he was doing with himself, and he ignored them all. You know, now it's all come tumbling down, and how important it was for me to see a successful black man raise his children, a successful black man, you know, have a thriving business, a successful black, all things that I want to do, you know, and to see it snatched away like that, it's like, you'll never be good enough for this. Like, how do you not think that when you see that? And instead, you cheering alongside motherfuckers like, yeah, tear him down here, send him to jail. I seen that girl Kesha, and that's not what I wanted to call. I had to catch myself. Talking about she changed her little song to fuck P Diddy. She with a bunch of other white people, you know, flipping off the bird to P Diddy. It's like, how do you think that is appropriate just because you was raped? Okay, you were raped, and like that's sad as fuck. And, like, nobody deserves that. You know, and the world acknowledged that. You know, but the fact that you are jumping on this in particular as a white woman, as this man being, you know, dragged throughout and everything that he's saying is alleged. You know, because, allegedly they dropped the case, I heard. So it's like, case? No, his case. Diddy case. But like his image is gone.
The case from the guy from Michigan,
right?
That was trying to sue him for what was it, 16 million?
That was 50 million. That was 100 million is what he was, and that's what.
That's the case that they dropped.
That's what they what initially went public first before they arrested him. So, like all of these things are tools and different things like to build a case is what they do.
Wait, hold on. Why did they drop the case?
They said that
did he get the 50 million?
Hmm.
Did he get the money?
No, they said that the way that they filed the case in Michigan, the way that they like filed a lawsuit, they didn't do it in accordance to Michigan's law.
Really?
Yeah. So they had to throw it out.
Ooh, I know that nigga was heated.
Well, what it is, it seems like he probably in that jail praying, and an ancestor showed up and did something about it. Is what probably was happening, you know, in my opinion. Because like, what are the odds that these motherfuckers are trying to they and the Bible say that, you know, they will be darts and arrows, you know, you're gonna be attacked. He said no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You know, I'm not saying that that does definitely apply to Diddy, okay? But I'm not saying he's innocent of anything, okay? I'm saying that I haven't seen anything he's guilty of other than assault. And like, he paid her how much money for that?
For what?
Because like, he won, like Cassie won the case against him.
I think he gave her $10 million.
He gave her some money, so it's like, okay,
It was
if that
10
was
or
good enough for
5.
you to be, you know, dragged across the floor and
Man,
punched in the face, then, you know, like, congratulations.
My homie went to Invest Fest. It was not what he did last year too. That's when P. Diddy spoke.
Mm-hmm.
After that nigga spoke at Invest Fest about this lawsuit, that's when the shit hit the fan. That's why I'm so standing on like.
No, you.
I can't get that out my head, bro. Like, even when I was talking to Reggie about it, I'm like, bro, that is. How does that put us in this world, bro? Is that saying that we only can do, we only can make what they say we can make? We only can move how they say we can move? If we don't, then we get attacked?
See, and that's the kind of questions, you know, that I say. When you perceive how you perceived, it's
Or
like,
is it-
these are the questions that you feel in your being. Where it's like, how can I show up whole, be whole, have whole things if another motherfucker in control of it? Because ever since I got on this planet, I was told who I was. I don't know if that's everybody else's experience, but like, before I knew what gay was, I was being called gay. So it's like, when you are perceived as such, how do you not take on the emotions of being perceived? I don't think you can. That's why I asked the question. You know, and that's probably what drove his life to constantly try to prove his worth and his self and his, you know, whatever. And like, feeling like he could do whatever he want was an accomplishment, probably under the proximity of whiteness. Okay? Because of all the fundamentals that it takes, all the fundamentals and benefits that come with being a heterosexual black man. That's probably why he ain't coming out the closet, because it would be a slight to that. Where it's like, nah, I'm getting too many benefits. It's too many women, and I still like women. It's too many, too much money. Like, these motherfuckers don't want to necessarily, you know, or my business connects, or like whatever the hell. Like, it's probably more of an advantage to be a DL black man, rich millionaire, than it is to be a gay, homosexual black man, rich millionaire. Like, maybe. What you think?
I just feel like Diddy could be gay, bi, tri. He did all these bad stuff to these people, and it's catching.
So you believe everything that the internet is saying?
I believe most of it. I believe, I'm not the internet. I believe when these people are coming out in there telling their experience, working with him, being around him, I believe them. Yeah, they're like, all these people not lying on you, and he did that. And I just feel, I mean, yeah, he did feel like, you know, his life made him feel that, yeah, I can do anything. You know, these doors are open. You're in these, I guess, in these rooms, but like, you're not on trial for that. You're on trial for what you did to these people.
Right.
And like, nothing in you said, oh, this is wrong. No, you was like, you did it. And like, from the way the video we saw, how he moved, like Diddy moves unapologetically. So you did all this to these people unapologetically, and it's catching up to you.
They showing he's a horrible person.
You know, I don't.
He's a horrible person.
Maybe
That's what the
I hear
media
you,
is painting right now.
But like that, I hear both
person.
of y'all, and then I also hear myself, and it's like, I think that all of it could be true. But like, more importantly, what fam is saying, it just opens the door, for the ability for that to even happen.
But I mean, like they tried to tear like Obama down. They pulled everything that they could find on Obama to try to tear him down, and it didn't lead to him going to trial.
That's because they couldn't find nothing.
They couldn't
because he wasn't doing people the way Diddy was
right,
doing them.
Right.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say because I'm sure Obama ain't a perfect person, so I'm sure that he did something. Okay.
It wasn't what Diddy.
Not to the extent of Diddy.
But it was nothing that they can find. And it looked like they can't find too much on him neither. We finna see how this play out.
We finna see if they found some tapes or something.
But they say that they have it, and it's like hours and hours long of orgies and shit. However, it's like it's not a fucking crime for grown people to get together, slather themselves in baby oil, and fuck.
That's why I say
it's not a crime.
They painting him as an evil person.
I mean,
they saying this,
but like now we get into
not
respectability politics.
They've been saying this, like these stories, these people that are coming out, they've been telling these stories. Like they've been all this stuff you've been hearing since even that was an old ass clip we saw. He doing people dirty, taking their money, threatening them. Like we've always heard these things. Like Super said, we might have pushed them off because this was somebody we looked up to, but a person he hasn't changed. Like nothing is new.
That's why I say when Soup said, dang, let me go back through my brain real quick. When we were speaking on this coming to light for him, will he change?
And he didn't. He was still having freak offs.
Like I believe he gonna change, but it ain't gonna be no overnight change. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be some because now it's like you looking at yourself, you seeing how they painting you, and you come to a realization like, okay, maybe I was a little aggressive. Maybe I was an ass. Okay. But that's what I had to do to survive.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I had to do to make sure my kids was eating.
Mm-hmm. So he saw that video of himself snatching Cassie down the hall and thought maybe that was a little too much.
Well,
I'm sure that I'm sure my whole thing is context.
Think about it. Have you ever did something, then woke up the next day and was like, damn, I shouldn't have did that.
All the time. I was on the phone with him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that shit happens. But does that make you a horrible person?
Or the devil?
That makes you a person that made a mistake.
Right.
So now if every time you make a mistake, you a horrible person? No, I just made a mistake.
If you're constantly making the same mistake.
Now, if you constantly making the same mistake, it's not a mistake.
You get 2 times.
But that's not a mistake, though. That's not a mistake, though.
He sucked more than 2.
Just like they said, though, if you did it more than once, if you beat every woman you had, then okay, you got a abusive
That's what it's looking like.
You got a abusive problem.
That's what it's looking like.
Okay, but now what he's going through now, bringing everything to light, will it change him? That's why I say it's gonna take some time.
And that analogy ain't a good analogy. Like the 2 dicks to suck, analogy, because that's coming from the perception that sucking dick as a man is negative. Okay.
I was using it more so to say like if you like they would like take the sucking dick. If you ride a bike 3 times, you know how to ride a bike.
No, I know what you were saying, and like I stand by what I was talking about because like there has it ain't no proof that he ever did any of that stuff. Like although these people are saying it, like it ain't no proof. The only proof that you see is what he did to Cassie.
If somebody did something to me and I come and tell my story, that's proof.
Yeah, I need to see the receipts.
I mean, well,
like as much as I know motherfuckers that lie, as much as I know motherfuckers that distort reality to fit their narratives about how they feel, I need to see some concrete receipts.
Not 1,000 people.
And like, not only do I have to see the concrete, not only do I have to see the concrete receipts, but also the court of law, and that's why they in court, and that's why they doing trials and all that shit as well. Like, it's just not what a person think. It's about what they can prove. And like if he's done all that shit all them different times, like I'm sure that they should have, a stack of fucking receipts to account for his behavior, especially if it was looming around.
This song came to my mind about Diddy. Y'all remember that song? You made a fool of me. Right. Tell me why. He looking right now in that cell.
My whole thing is, okay, yes, you beat Cassie up, and like that ain't right. Because I seen my mother, drugged out and beat like that. I've seen so many women done like that. And that's terrible to do. But, like, let's not act like this is not a characteristic that motherfuckers ain't seen before. And it's like, if we gonna crucify this one, we need to crucify and eradicate that shit from the whole goddamn community.
See, that's why I'm saying, and that's why for me it goes back to this fucking lawsuit.
Yeah, like, hopefully they can find, something. But, like, I wanted to point out two things. But, like, one in particular. Notice the respectability politics around what is being talked about. As far as, like, how much sex is being had and who's involved as far as, like, who's having it. Because it's like, now the question is, because, like, we've thrown around the word evil. We've thrown around the word, the devil. It's like, is sex bad? And can you have sex the way that you want to have it, regardless of what people think, as an adult, consenting adult? Because the way that, the verbiage is being painted, it makes a good story so salacious. But like I said, it's because of the prism of the over-sexuality of, not over-sexuality, but like the, what do they call it? Like how they overly sexualize black men. Okay? Living under that prism, that only allows for more of that to happen. So it's like, a lot of y'all talking about Diddy, doing it in the ass and getting fucked and he fucking this person and that person and this person. That. Y'all only saying it because y'all want to see him do it. Or like y'all thinking about it. Or y'all, fantasizing about it. And like he has to deal with that. So it's like the respectability politics. Can people have sex? I would say no. Because like the way that motherfuckers is talking, it's like, y'all, I'm assuming that everybody that has an opinion about, him having $1,000, which sounds crazy to me, but it's like, damn, I didn't know that people did that,
I mean, what if he had an endorsement for that?
It sounded like it was a business to me. Like, hours and hours and hours of people having sex. It's like you are literally event planning on some level.
So like a cult almost.
Right. And it's like, if you was doing that, then it's probably not what we think it is, where it's like you're for responsible. It was like they probably used you as a marketing, tool, to let the bullshit happen. So like I feel like that maybe it's a deeper something to it, but it's the way that everything's coming out, like they acting like that being gay ain't good or being gay ain't okay. And like being sexual ain't okay. And like everybody here, okay,
it's not
like
okay if you're black.
Or it's more like it's more attention getting. It's more like people paying more attention, talking about it, like influential. I don't know. If a black man, and I think it's because like everybody attracted to black men. So you talk about a black man, doing the forbidden sex moves, it makes the news. And it's like, why, is this making the news? Is it okay for y'all to actually do this? It'd be no. But like you couple that with what I was explaining earlier before, as far as being not being able to be your full self and being able to be manipulated and preyed upon XY, you already got people looking at you. It's like, it's kind of like feeding itself. And like, are you responsible? When it turns up and then you didn't realize how the energy expressed itself.
Oh, they can't wait to get Diddy in jail.
This is why the whole concept of a redeemer and the blood, where it's like you're gonna need it. This is what the Christian church say.
But Diddy came out and said, "I didn't do nothing, none of these things. No, I didn't do nothing. These people lying on me."
That's what he's supposed to say.
Then the proof came out. Then he like, oh, okay, I was at a low time in my life.
Right.
Low vibration.
Right. Well, now he got to tell the truth. Erica say, but it probably was consented, and there are none people involved. Oh no, there are more people involved than we know. Right. Right.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
He was trafficking and some more shit.
It sounds like a business.
If you pay for a female, if people live in Houston and you fly for them to come to New York and you have sex with them, that's called sex trafficking.
Okay. Okay, so like, let me get down to the fundamentals, because remember I told you I was like trying to teach with this.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so to link up and fuck like that for hours with all the baby oil, in a cesspool of orgy and drugs, that's masculine. Okay, like that's the energy expressing itself. People are there. They're doing it. XY, and it's basically the lower chakra where people be enough to express themselves. Like, so like sex in a creative sense, I explained earlier that now you're getting into like actual life making, you're getting into love, you're getting into relationships, you're getting into a lot of those things. So like one would question me especially like how people balance those energies, because like I don't know. And I do know that it's an up and down kind of the scale of how you feel about yourself, that you're constantly monitoring. So like I don't understand whether a person can navigate those kind of places and still be their full self. But like I also wouldn't say that they can't either. And I also wouldn't judge a person about that either. I just know where it falls on the scale, where it's like, oh, this is, fucking. So like this is with and then it's like, okay, fucking in itself, by itself, without intention, does not stop energy from being passed. Okay. So it's like, there's also power that you can use with that kind of experience with people, where it's like you can also use sexual energy creatively. Say, have y'all ever heard like how Kanye, he was producing one of his albums and he required all the producers and everybody to fast, and they did yoga and they went on a hike, and it was basically like a retreat in order to create. Have you ever heard of that?
No,
I think so.
I heard of the retreat, but I've never heard like the yoga and all that.
Yeah, he had I want to see if I can find the Kanye's
I remember
retreat.
he rented like a spot in Hawaii where he called everybody out there.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that. Like I remember hearing about that.
Why do you think that he did that?
Center yourself. Detoxing is, getting all negative energy out. You know what I'm saying? You want to bring in positive energy. You want to be able
I'm so glad you said that. Boom. So negative, positive. So ego will be negative, love will be positive. Okay? So to get it out, mathematically using integers, what you would need more positive to get out a negative, and you would need more negative to turn a positive into a negative, right? Mm-hmm. Right. So all those things that you were explaining just now, as far as the yoga and XY, those would be like positives to like raise your vibration, get more connected, XY. And like I said, sex could be used like that with intention. So let's not forget that. And like a lot of people don't know that. So like they call it evil because of the association. I think black people call it evil of the association with it attached to poverty. Okay, because when you're trying to survive and when you're in survival mode, that's what's going on. Like people start fucking, molesting, raping, and all kind of like I would say war style. Like wherever there's war, there's pillage. Okay, so I don't know whether these in Diddy Party, I don't know whether these people were warring or whether they were like just being adults and expressing themselves sexually. However, I did want to point out and use this as an example of the worst case scenario and say that he was, just like being exactly what everybody's saying that he was, like a deviant. Like say that he was being the prism or the expression of what people perceived him as. If you being sexualized as a black man, say that he was being an expression of that. Like, oh, okay, y'all gonna look at me like I'm a buck. I'm finna buck all through this motherfucker. Like, say that was the case. It's like, okay, so he will be on the lower end of the spectrum of it. Like, did his life end up in this way because of that type shit? And, you know, could this be the ancestors trying to connect with him in some type of way? Like, what do y'all think?
Like, nigga, slow your roll down. You're doing too much, son. Go ahead, CJ. Let's hear from you today. I ain't heard a lot from you today.
I just feel like Diddy was fucking because he wanted to fuck. I do.
That's necessarily what I asked.
Like,
do you feel like everything is coming to light because?
Thank you.
He needs to realize what he's doing is not helping his community in the way that he should be helping his community. And when I say community, I mean, you know, the African American community.
I think that cup just got full, and it's just all spilling over. Like, I feel like you do so much, because it's so much. It's not like, oh, Diddy's fucking. That's not it. It's people coming out and saying so much stuff, and I think the cup was just full.
Oh, Erica said that ain't different than the fucking crack epidemic, and it's not. The crack epidemic. Okay. Like, so due to the perception of black people, they wanted to control them and eradicate them. They used crack to do it. I think that the perception of the sexualization of the black man is the same as the crack epidemic. Erica's 100% correct. Where they're using it to destroy him. Or he's using it himself to destroy himself.
Right.
Okay.
And the reason of him being destroyed or being in a situation of being destroyed is because he tried to attack somebody that normally in the eyes was bigger than him.
What you mean?
They pulled his own card against him.
He tried to attack the white man.
And they pulled the card.
Right.
They pulled his own card.
But like he, you know, if he did try to attack him, like that would be based off of how he felt.
Right.
You know.
And that's the thing, though. Is it okay for him to feel like that?
But that's what I'm saying.
Position?
Because it's like the way that like society presents patriarchy, like it's set up for you to feel like that.
Right.
Right.
For you to be scared to break into an industry that's already copycats of you, but not the same.
Right.
And you
Skin
like,
folk
wait.
ain't kinfolk. Right.
So I can't be me unless you tell me it's okay.
Well,
I can't make this amount of money until you say, okay, I'm gonna let you do it.
If we
but
look
this
at
what I'm gonna take.
If we look at what Bashar said, which is the man that I play, the spiritual man, he says, if you express yourself consistently without any expectations of the future, you would get to experience all forms of excitement. But what will happen is that it will give you the version that fits your personality and who you are.
That makes sense.
So,
I
like,
can see that. That makes sense.
Like, I don't, like I said, like we're investigating and thinking about and considering like maybe Diddy is everything that everybody is saying. You know, he's a deviant. Okay, so like that deviancy would be under the prism of the sexual predatory or the sexual lens that they have against black men anyway. So it's like, did he just like it's the question that you said? It's like, is he a deviant because he a devil, or is he a deviant because he was created to be one because he's confused about what he is?
Or is he not living his purpose?
That and that too. I don't think that you can be that and be living your purpose.
Did he take the wrong route?
I don't even know. Like,
and now it's being
like he can be being used to be a deviant, and that is his purpose.
Okay, that's true. That's true too. So the biggest question is really, Diddy, how do you feel right now?
No, well, that's
seriously.
No, that's not the question. Because like what we're talking about is like lack of feminine energy. If we're saying that he all the way down to the scope and he's like this monster that's gonna beat women, that's gonna fuck and you know, although he's had children and he was creative with sex, but like he just couldn't help but to.
Did he create the kids though out of love?
Out of love, right? So look,
Or
all
did
these
he-
fucking questions.
Or did he create them because it was like, okay, I gotta show these motherfuckers I ain't
So
gay.
like what I was shown was like, cause like everybody goes down this path of like being like wayward and like flapping in the wind of the balance of good and evil. Okay, and you more evil to yourself than you are good. You think more negative things than you know, and like all of those things like drive you to a specific place. So like the way that I was shown was it's like being absent of water. Okay, it's like you're not watering yourself if you're not, you know, doing positive things for yourself, or you know, and like, you know, Diddy clearly, you know, did positive things, you know, that suited him and benefited him. But it's like the negative, just like CJ explained, it was like it spilleth over. it like he busting at seams with negativity, you know. And like the only way that this kind of thing manifests in your life on you is that if you are feeding it, you know, like nothing happens by chance, by accident, you know, and everything is here to teach you a thing. So like I feel like to entertain the idea that he's just this complete deviant, it would be to entertain the idea that he is a place absent of water, like the complete thug mentality, or like Mars, like, you know what I'm saying, like Mars don't even have a atmosphere, you know, meaning that it don't have no boundaries, you know, meaning that, you know, I kill your motherfucking ass, like Craig was talking about. So like when Craig had gotten to that point and he was like, I feel like that I can't breathe because I don't have no atmosphere. I feel like that I'm finna go and do something. Wow. What about that raised his vibration enough and to channel through a radio system, the frequency, to give him an answer that he was like, you know what, I think that this was this, you know, telling me about this situation. And because he thought it was. Like it's his ancestors, like going through him. So like what I came up with was that water is water is my grandmother. Okay, and like at first I didn't understand it. I was like, what? But like all in all, it started to make more and more sense as I thought about it, because it's like when you start to get out in the world, or when you're raised, usually a lot of people are affected by their grandmother. Number one, I don't even know who mine is, so it will make sense as far as like how I'm absent without love in so many different ways. Okay, but like people grow up, they live, they be, and they get out into the world, and what happens? They don't call their grandmother. It's the same thing as, you know, being absent without prayer, low key. Because like you people rarely crack their Bible open. It's a story about Kevin Hart where I think that his grandmother gave him a Bible when he got successful, and he was like, you know, if you ever have a challenging time, open this Bible. And she was like, read your Bible, read your Bible, read your Bible. And he was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It was either his grandmother or his mother, but like all in all, it was a feminine entity.
It was somebody.
It was a feminine entity. Okay.
That's crazy because I always tell my kids to read their Bible.
Okay. And that's good. That you're telling them that. So like all in all, he got to a hard place in life. And he called her for, you know, support, because usually like feminine entities be there, the listening ear, they be the safe place to land. They be, you know, the place, oh, baby, it's going to be okay. You just keep at it and, you know, do your thing, X, Y. He called her. And she was like, did you read your Bible? And he like, I'm not trying to, you know, talk about it. And like, he was calling her about money issues. Okay. I'm not trying to read this Bible. Like, what are you talking about? You should read your Bible. And he was like, when he got off the phone with her, he just felt compelled to go and get the Bible. So he got the Bible, opened the Bible up, and it was a check for how much money that he needed in the fucking Bible.
true. Dang, my grandma. I tried to talk to my grandma about my daddy one time, and that's what she said. She said, "Go pray on it." And I should have went and prayed, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well,
I was like, Kevin,
what
what
I'm saying is that I believe in like me being like I have a strange relationship with my mom. I don't know who my grandmother is. I never met her. Being in this place where I just explained like everything. If you hadn't gotten, or if you gotten this far and you hadn't heard what I said about black men as far as the confusion is concerned, go back. But like the fact that that was the way that I was raised, and that's what I believed, then like I was basically leading my life in a masculine way to where I became what people call toxically masculine, which means absent from everything else. And there was this white patriarchy. Like toxically masculine can basically be seen in the politics Project 25 right now. Because that is being challenged, now they're talking about marriage. Now they're talking about women's rights. Now they're talking about gay people. Now they're talking about immigrants. Now they're talking about everything outside of white patriarchy. Okay? So, with that being said, if I'm living my life like that, and like I'm trying to survive in the midst of that, like you can't live without water, basically. So like I got to a place where, remember I told you I was told like stop going to church. I felt like I should stop going to church. And I'm like, okay, but like I had the understanding, as I was praying on that, where I was like, oh well, I'm finna learn something else, And what it ended up leading me to was that I basically had a toxic relationship with women, and I had to admit that I did not like women. It's like, that's weird. And I'm sure a lot of y'all that's hearing me say this, they like, yeah, we knew that she was gay. And it's like, no, not like that. Like, I like women sexually, but like my relationships with women was suffering. But why? I don't have a grandmother. But why? I have an estranged relationship with my mother. It's definitely that. Where it's like, oh, feminine energy, I cut it all off. Where it's like a lot of these people that are outwardly expressing their disdain for gay people, and and it's only when they see a nigga in a dress or a nigga in his heels, or a nigga that's wearing makeup or doing anything that's outside of the hyper masculine alpha male, they have a problem with it. Why? Because they probably cut off a feminine part of themselves that they need to what? Do yoga. That they need to what? Pray. That they need to what? Chill. Hell, even eat fucking vegetables. Fast. They're gonna leave their self. They're gonna like live their lives in a masculine most way. And like, and to be perfectly honest, hip hop got a lot to do with it, because like I said, like even the way that the women are shaped, and like the strong, when they explain black women as a strong black woman, it's based on masculinity, because they had to show up, provide, in ways to where like the men were being taken away. So like now she's leading the pack. So like in order to lead, you have to tap into your masculinity. But like I said, like I've been living absent without water, without all those things that I was just explaining. And my grandmother told me that. So and it's because I really believe that, because like some of the things that I did be obedient upon, raised my vibration enough to understand. And like once I understood, it was like, wait a minute, honey, wait. This is an ancestor that's been helping me. That's been, so like it's the same thing as what Craig Mack just said. He was like, yeah, I believe that, that it was God telling me, don't go kill Diddy. After, being pushed.
He said he wasn't saying no names.
Who?
Craig Mack. So why you say Diddy? You think it was Diddy?
No, he did say that. He said that he said Diddy's name.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
I did not hear this dude say Diddy's name. He said I ain't saying no names.
He said I was going to go and kill. Didn't you hear him say that?
I think he did say I ain't saying no names.
He said I was gonna go kill
like,
dude.
This person.
This person. But we knew who it was though.
I thought I heard him say it.
No, he did not say did.
I'm gonna go back and look. I don't have time right now, but that's sad for my point. Let me see. Yeah, like we are people that's being affected by media, which is frequencies. That is like shifting the perception of ourselves. And in order to know your true nature, you're gonna have to connect, is what I'm learning. You know, basically water all the parts of yourself that is you, you know, or your authentic self. And from what I can gather, like the energy itself moves like water. Okay? Like waves. So like in order to feel emotions, they come in waves. In order to, like, this is all, and I'm explaining this shit, and I used it to talk about it because, like, he was a good example of what it would be, what happens when you don't do that, and like what happens when you express yourself masculinely, you know, because like this motherfucker was the man, like, you know, and people was talking about the parties and they was revering the parties, okay, and even, you know, when it came out that the parties were real, like all the hoes was like, hell yeah. Okay, all the hoes was like, yeah, I would like to go to a Diddy party, you know. I was in the shop talking the other day, and like, we was talking, and I guess that we was like, our perception of it, it sounded like we was against it. I think that I was just more upset that it was happening more than anything. But my client was there. He was like, look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I don't think that shit is bad. This a Diddy party sound fun to me. And I was like, okay. And I was like, let me make it clear, like, I'm not against sex. Like, under the right conditions, you know, like, it could be fun. Like, under conditions that I can control. Like, not what the shit he was talking about. Like, they said this motherfucker was fucking for days. It's like, look, I got like 10 good minutes with you, and then that's that. Like, let's go get something to eat. Look, okay, and y'all, everybody better touch me in this first 10 minutes, because after this 10 minutes is done, like, I'm done. Okay.
You wasn't going to a Diddy party.
No. I would. But like, my whole thing is we have to understand like all the wires that be involved in that shit, because like, if this is the happening party, then a lot of people are there to promote. This is the way the business works. The music business. Like, it's footage of Kelly Price talking about like, hey, I would have been a way bigger artist if I went to the parties. Not bigger in the sense that y'all think. But like bigger as far as like, you know, more successful. Like, she would have had more opportunities. But she said she was a wife and a mother. So like, she would go do her work and she went home to go raise her kids and, you know, and tend to her husband. So
all them damn kids.
You said all them damn kids. Who?
How many kids she got?
I'm thinking of not Kelly Price. I'm thinking of Kiki Wyatt. With all them damn kids.
No, I'm talking about Kelly Price. But all in all, like, we have to go. Damn. That was food for thought.
Damn, that's 2 hours. Okay.
No, it ain't 2. It's almost 2. But I'll go more into the water thing. I'll go more into feminine energy. I'll go more into the healing XY on the next one, because that's where it led me to. But like, I definitely wanted to use this situation with Diddy to explain it, because it's like, it would be an interesting idea to consider that he was guilty of everything they said. What if? Like, what would that mean? You know, does that mean that you judge him? Does that mean that he has no ability to change? Like, what does that mean for you with an opinion? Like, you can't use and see shit and not think something about yourself. And if you are doing that without understanding where you coming from by thinking that shit, you probably should get to know yourself a little bit better.
So you saying the question is, everything he's being brought up of charges, what? Who's to say that you're guilty? Who's to say that was wrong?
From what I understand, like I said, like it was a lunar eclipse happening and forming, and this eclipse is finna, last all the way until the end of the month. Like this is a major transformation period, is what the fucking spiritual motherfuckers are saying. And it's like a lot of people finna be transformed. This is a transformation for him. Like his life is changing.
No, his life changed once that first lawsuit came.
But like to be honest, like although I'm talking about the lunar eclipse that just happened, like for the past few years we've been saying that, where it's like, oh yeah, especially when the 400-year curse, the 400-year curse is up. Was that in 2020 or was that in 2022? Either 2020 or 2022, motherfuckers was celebrating, saying, "Oh, it's finna be up. We finna, manifest on the highest level. The 400-year curse has been up. Like it's a biblical curse. Okay. Like what they were talking about as far as black people. So like we free. Y'all need to get out here. Y'all need to do X, Y, da da da. It's been a lot of talk of transformation, for the past few years. So I think that's what's happening to him. Like you going on this journey to find out who the fuck you really is, because the person that was in that video that was saying, "Oh, I'm God," what is it? That ain't the shit I can do. X, Y, da da da. Next shit, what's next? It's like this is next. This is next. It's more you, more figuring out who you are.
Okay.
And like
bring it on.
Although I'm like very, very disappointed that's happening to Diddy in this way. Like for everything that he did, there needs to be consequences for that. Like all this extra stuff that people are piling on, like I don't think that that's right.
I mean, it's the world we live in.
Especially with Donald Trump still not in jail. Like it's like y'all acting like energy only work for black people. Like that white people is above spiritual fucking law.
That's why I say,
okay, like if I can accept, a black man that I revere being penalized, like any white man that we don't revere that is guilty should be penalized too, according to spiritual law. Okay, so like these motherfuckers are controlling areas that the universe is not in, and they trying to control the motherfucking universe is what they trying to do, and and using us, as vehicles to say, yeah, get them, yeah. It's like this is some weird shit. Are y'all nuts? So that's my spiel today. I'm coming back next week talking about, well, not next week. Is it Sunday? Sunday, talking about more about this.
More like Monday.
This right. My bad. Monday. I'll be back Monday, talking more about the water, grandmother, ancestor, Mother Nature is what it is. It's basically nature. How to connect back to it, how to use it to raise your consciousness, because like the thing is, like motherfuckers don't be understanding themselves enough, and that's how they get preyed on. So like them accusing him of sex trafficking and racketeering, like they're targeting specific people for that. They're targeting people who are available for that. Anybody that can feel and sense enough wouldn't even be in them places. Kind of like what that lady Dr. Cheyenne Bryan said. She was like, you wouldn't even attract me. Like I'm not low functioning, so like we're gonna miss each other. Like you're gonna attract somebody that is radiating on your path. Like people who are not, like you will never cross paths with them. So that's that. Y'all got nothing to say?
Man, listen. What is this? Okay, this is all I want to say. P. Diddy breakdown of him going through what he going through, and then the Kanye West breakdown, him going through what he going through. The difference between the two. Kanye wanted to do this shit. Diddy just had his shit brought to the light.
What did Kanye do?
Well, you know when Kanye had his meltdown, and it's so crazy because I don't follow his meltdowns. I follow his music.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that time where he was going through what he was going through. You know what I
Right.
mean? Going to visit Trump.
Oh,
doing
so
shit.
like yeah, and basically was being torn down by the internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of his beliefs.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So it's always, I'm looking at it from a standpoint, and oh man, I hate to point it out like this, but it's always the black man.
Yes, that's exactly
that's
why.
crazy.
That's exactly why I
We're
said
the
what
crazy
I said.
ones. We're the crazy ones.
But you're not.
Nobody else is. We're the fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
When Cat Williams did his shit and told them stories that he told,
Mm-hmm.
he was crazy for that. You know what I'm saying? He was crazy.
And it was all facts.
That's what I'm saying. So we live in a world.
You ain't in the camera.
We live in a world. I'm just not on Instagram. Sorry. We live in a world to where I'm feeling like we're puppets. But then again, me doing this detox and me finding out who I am.
Right.
That's only if you think that.
Right. That's right.
Stop putting yourself in those situations to where
it can accommodate how you feel. Absolutely.
It's bringing you that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm fam North, and this is my therapy session. You hear me? Okay, go ahead.
The woman explained that it's like low functioning behavior.
Yes.
You know, and like I learned something that day too.
Yeah, we gotta bring that vibration.
Go ahead.
I'm deep in thought. I'll have more next week.
That means we gonna get a 16 then if you deep in thought.
Not a 16. We gonna pray for Diddy, and we gonna see what happened next week, boo.
That's CJ. He and follow him on the platforms, all of them. And then this is Fam North.
You know, Fam
Follow
North.
them as well.
Hey, Pots and Pan Audio, Tag Production, the R&D Lab, Nukem Enterprise, Nukem Events and Craft. You feel me? You hear me? I'm here. You need a podcast? We here. You know what I mean? Come on now. Holla at your boy. Bring them good vibrations. You know what I'm talking about? I'm only want the high vibration. You coming with low vibration, I can't support that.
That's right. We don't support that. And y'all know who the fuck I am. Y'all on my page, honey. If you ain't follow me now, then follow me. If not, then I'll see you next time when my reel is going down your timeline.